Sorry. Don't wake up the cow.
Yeah, when you deal with Snotty Boy, you know, it's really, the question becomes who can be that annoying? You know, what actor exists that can be absolutely hateable and annoying to the 10th degree? And I realized no one exists that's that annoying, so I had to do it myself.
That's called cow tipping.
Sadly, that's what that came down to. And authentically, the way that all comes about is I'll go in and early in the process, as I'm writing, I'll scratch in a lot of the voices, just temporarily until we have the actors come in and record.
What the heck? But if we're gonna do this, let's do this!
After I'd scratched it in, I bring up voice casting, and when people go, "Oh no, you can't change that voice," you know, then we usually leave those. And in this case, it ended up being Snotty Boy and Mr. Beatty.
When I want, 'cause I want to do it.
Oh, I think that would be just fine.
I love Andie MacDowell. I love her voice. I think she just has such a wonderful feeling about her. It's a role where I just thought, well, you know, Andie would be great for this. There's such an authentic nature to her.
When I had to do the voice, I thought mother hen. I thought, and I love to read to my kids, and a lot of times I will do the voices of the characters in books, and I just kind of thought old-fashioned book, storybook mother hen. That was my main motivation. Very interesting process because I actually did all of my work right here in Asheville, North Carolina.
Ada. Otis?
Oh, Ben, don't worry. I'm sure he's heading for the meeting right now. So the rest of it was just imagination and saying it in your head, which was an odd experience for me. I'd never done that before.
I got huff and huff. That's all I got, man.
That's nice. Well, Wanda is like a walking comedy machine.
He beats me. He beats me.
You know, I mean, she's just so...
He yells.
If she has a funny line, it's even better, but if the line ain't funny, Wanda's coming off great. You know, just really enamored with Wanda and her comedic sensibilities.
Yeah.
I just think she can pretty much do anything that she wants to do.
I'm Otis.
Back off, Daisy. There's an L on that boy's forehead.
What was that?
Okay.
Did I read the script? There's a script? There's a script? Oh, I didn't know if there was a script. Okay. Bessie the cow is all attitude. He's a real winner, that one.
Stop. I think he's kind of cute.
She's a chip on her shoulder. I mean, I guess because she's a cow and all. I mean, I guess that would kind of rub me the wrong way, being a cow. What you looking at? What, you want some of this? Oh, yeah, I didn't think so. Sit right here, honey. So I don't know how I got this part. It was a stretch. It was a stretch for me. I'm not known to have attitude. I say let's kill it. Give me that piece of wood over there. I'm not there a lot, but you know, while you're watching everyone else, you're probably going, I wonder what Bessie's doing right now. Well, going into this project, they told me Bessie would be very, very thin. That she would be like a thin cow, like anorexic thin, and that she would have a face like Halle Berry.
And I'm here for you, too.
Hey! She's very protective of Daisy, so you know, she keeps an eye on her and wants to make sure, you know, she doesn't get mixed up with the wrong crowd, you know, get hooked on the smack.
Okay, Wanda, let's do page 17.
Okay. Not looking. The key word, not. Work with me. Not looking.
This is my friend Bessie.
Yeah, she's a cupcake.
We got it. Very nice. Thank you. See? It's just that simple.
Otis, the best leader isn't the biggest or the strongest. The best leader is the one who cares the most.
Well, Courteney, you know, I've known Courteney for a while, and Daisy is meant to be this very sweet, just lovable character, and I just think that's who Courteney really is. I mean, she's just very authentically great person. And I thought that would come out through Daisy, and it did. So she's perfect for the part. What's tricky with Courteney is she's so funny and quirky and sarcastic that I didn't get to utilize those gifts within the character of Daisy, because she has that going for her too. You know, she's just very she's very witty and sarcastic in real life, which I like a lot.
I've played a pig before. I've never played a cow. I've felt like a cow at certain times in my life, but I've never played one. I play a pregnant cow, a really, really sweet pregnant cow. She is kind of the love interest of the movie. Well, where do I start? I was married, and life was good. It seems like forever ago now, but one day a bad storm rolled in. Bessie and I were in the meadow and found a place on high ground. But when we went home, well, everyone was gone.
You boys just steer clear of Otis, all right?
I would just hope that everyone could get to work with Sam Elliott at one point, because he's just an amazing actor and an amazing person. He's just really a soulful guy, and he brings so much to the table in terms of his performance. And that's after you've gotten the past that he has this crazy cool voice.
Utterly good.
You know, I think one of the most alarming moments I had on the feature was when we were recording Sam, and there's this one line in the film where Ben walks in on Dag, the coyote, in the chicken coop, and he just goes, "Put the hen down, Dag." And when we were recording him, everyone simultaneously, 3 people went, "Whoa."
How are you, Ben? Yeah, we would have said hello had we seen you.
Put the hen down, Dag. Ben is a guy whose lot in life has become to take care of the cows, or actually all of the animals in the barnyard. And I think he takes it very seriously. He's an upstanding guy. You can count on him. He's not going to back down when you need him.
All right, boys, here's the dealio. It's a little creation of mine I like to call hill surfing.
What I love about Kevin is he has this Jackie Gleason sort of sensibility for me.
And I've known Kevin, you know, for a few years, you know, doing the stand-up circuit in New York and everything. And it was nice that he finally spoke to me.
He's so funny when he's frustrated.
Kevin is a big kid. He's just a big, dumb kid.
Which I really, really love. So, you know, with the story of Otis, he ends up dealing with a lot of things he doesn't want to deal with. It's either his dad's trying to get him to do stuff he doesn't want to do, or later on when he's supposed to step up and take responsibility, he really doesn't want to take responsibility.
I don't do in charge. This is not my responsibility.
So getting the comedy to come from this frustration is really something Kevin's great at. And he makes a great cow. I think most importantly, Kevin James cow. It's just boom.
I got a good feeling about this one, but I don't want to push it, you know, because you get too pushy and then all of a sudden they don't like you and they just get turned off to the whole situation.
Been tipped. Oh, you got me. Little help.
It's difficult when you're doing an animated film to act without other actors a lot of times. One day I was with Courteney and Sam, and I had everybody to kind of bounce stuff off of. But other than that, you're just kind of speaking into a microphone.
Excuse me, but I couldn't help notice over here that, whoa! Hey, whoa, look at you. You're all,
Pregnant?
Well, when you cast Kevin James in a film, I think you think, are we going to get song from him? And this one, yes. I said, yes, I will give you song.
Well down on the phone, where they all ask you.
I had never done it. It was something I wanted to do. You know, it's something I've always wanted. I want to try to do different things, and it's nice because you can kind of really get big in scenes and really be animated hence the word animated. I'm gonna stop now.
Sweet legs! I got some sweet legs! Give me some sweet legs! I got some sweet legs! I got some sweet legs! I got some sweet legs! Everybody needs some sweet legs! Everybody needs some sweet legs!
We're gonna need you less inhibited.
Okay. Oh, that wiped me out. I'm sorry. Really? I can't. Oh. Because I was kind
of. Hey, my name's Chris Evans. I'm one of the TDs here at Animation. I've been animating for about 7 years, and I gotta say, I've never worked any place like this. With the bloodhound on his heels, my, the well blood dry, and the crows in the cornfield.
The process is pretty simple. You start with the script, and then you record the actors' voices. And then you start crafting with hand-drawn storyboards. You start crafting what it's going to look like.
See? On time, just like I said.
Right.
That's the animator's guide to starting to build the physical performance.
And in this movie, we had a lot of characters. There was probably over 200 characters designed. I would say, actually, that made it into the movie, there was about 165.
Creating a character does start off with still 2D, still drawing and sketches. What the director has in his mind, he tries to tell the artist, and they'll put it on paper. And then it's the job of the modeler to take that and bring it into the computer world. And they'll usually they'll come up with model sheets, so they have different views, profile views of the character, like from the side or the front, so the modeler can then know what it looks like from different angles. And then they'll start modeling it in the computer, pulling points, trying to get to match up to the drawing, and then that'll go through several approvals back and forth.
We get rid of the ones we don't like. I think these are both great, and I don't think they need any more edits.
I come in and I start getting my hands in there and trying to establish what they could look like, and I offer usually, depending on the character, 2 to 3 options to the director, and then we look at it, opens discussion. A lot of times, sometimes it'll be something that will be approved on the spot. Sometimes I have to go back to the drawing board and then revisit some revisions. Here you're seeing the initial model, which was grayed out, and I've gone in and actually painted where we could have hair. This is showing us different color variations on the eye. At the time, one was to be cataract and the other one to be just normal. So basically, there's some different hues that we were looking at. Well, this is Danny Glover's character in the movie Miles. So you have your actual model on the bottom, and then I obviously brought his photograph in, and one of the things I noticed is that he likes to keep a little stubble and try to incorporate that into his character. So that is there. Did try a gold tooth, which did not get approved.
Well, we had 109 versions of Otis. And it wasn't frustrating for anybody by no means. We knew that was going to happen. Yes, Steve was very, very involved. All the main characters were like that, every single one of them.
Cabbage Patch is a pretty important scene in the film, although short. I wanted to convey beauty and really elegant shots, so did a lot of research on the way of ground and skies and colors and what was going to really sell that. In the way of the junkyard, I actually pulled a lot of the crew, and we went to several junkyards, which was very interesting. A lot of great things came out of it.
And then it was a matter of just starting to create, trying to come up with a style that we felt hadn't been done in CG before. It's a very curvy, round location, which goes well with the characters. Whereas if you look at a lot of other CG films, it's more architectural. And we even tried to take the square architectural stuff out of the buildings. The buildings have a little warp to them, a little wonkiness, what we call wonkiness in the industry, where lines, instead of going like that, they've got some curves to it. Then you've got the props, and props generally are things like cars or anything that a character touches picks up. So anything else that has to move within the set, within the environment, that all has to be created.
The basic role of the animation supervisor on a 3D film is to work with the animators in a given sequence and to sort of capture the performance that the director wants on a scene-per-scene basis.
It would probably be more dynamic if he ran right toward camera. He could leap right out, woo, right off the. You just see him trying to, we just see him leap out.
To begin the sequence, we'll sit down with the sequence first, and we'll go through it and decide which animators would be best for what shot. We'll cast them based on their talents. And so you go through that, then you get your animators together, go through it with Steve. He'll tell you what he's looking for. More specifically, he'll know, like for this one, he wanted Otis to really be like off balance. And so you'd show it to him, he'd be like, no, more. It's gonna be fun. It'll be funnier if he's more off balance. So the animators will go back and put that in. One of the biggest challenges as an animator is to convey the proper feeling that the director wants. If there's a scene, where something happened to someone, you really need the character to, you need to convey to the audience that, this is a sad moment, it's a touching moment. You want the audience to feel something.
There's one scene where Daisy and Otis are lying down on these chaise lounge chairs. And it's just the subtlety of the eye blinks, the way he moves his eyebrows. Those are the ones that are so tough to do, but if they're believable, you forget you're looking at an animated cow. And I think there's a lot of that in this movie.
Everybody across the land, gather around. Do the two-step when the sun goes down. Even telephone from the county seat. What? Two-step.
The way the motion capture system works is we suit up the capture subject that we're going to be capturing with a lycra suit, and we attach to these hyper-reflective markers. The way these work are much the same way as street signs or the reflective material you get in some sports clothes. The cameras have got little red circles around them which shine out light, which these markers reflect back.
There's so much that has to be decided that ultimately, that's why I think if you can get a base of what the general goal is, look-wise, it allows everyone to be creative within that, within that context. So having this goal of a living storybook allows everybody to put their spin on it and come up with their own specifics. So when it comes to approval time, for the most part, I'm already looking at something that's in line with what the common goal is. Here we go. We're going to the other building because one large building is not enough to house the talent that we have on this picture. Quick game of fake foos every day. Well, 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 look what we have here.
Don't do it.
This may be a bad idea, but eliminate his hands. I mean, I said it may not be the best idea, but I think it's important we throw it out there.
Just that scene.
Yeah. The problem's gone. It might create a new one.
Interacting with Steve-O is definitely a fun time. It's he's a great piece of reference in terms of just performance and things like that. He has he's a funny guy, so we have and this is a funny film, so several of the scenes and things like that, if he wanted to say, oh, this is exactly how Freddy should do this weird thing, he'll just get up and do it. And after several minutes of laughter and whatnot, you sort of get back to okay, so this is how he should be. This is how he should behave here, or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely a good time because he keeps it entertaining as well as work.
I like to tip the crew. Whenever somebody does a really good shot, it's like.
The technology's gotten to a point where it's a lot better for an artist. It's a lot easier for an artist because you're a lot earlier on, you're always fighting the technology, which takes away some of your creative juices. You're always getting frustrated by technology and not being able to put out there what you want to based upon the limitations of that technology. Now it's to a point where if you have a crazy idea in your head, it's becoming a lot simpler to be able to animate that in the computer.
Well, I started my career in 2D, and when I first entered 3D, I'm blown away what we can do now. And so, yeah, I mean, it's endless, and the amount of people that are able to get involved in 3D even is great because, early on it was a pretty selected few and very, very expensive.
I think it's a performance thing. I think the enjoyment of animation is sort of in creating a performance and sort of bringing things to life that you otherwise wouldn't be able to in your own way, and what you can lend to a scene. It's a little part of yourself when you're animating a scene. It's sort of like it's almost as if you're putting yourself on the screen, and when you're happy with it, if it comes together, it's pretty rewarding.
It's like having a baby. There's no other way to describe it, because when you see it all come together, textured, and it doesn't even have to be moving. The first time you see it, you're like, yes.
When people, without being judged or, oh, I think this could be better, it's really more of a question of, can you raise that? What would we do to make it better? I think the best part of people just clicks in. And it gets more exciting, because then you're playing in this land of, well, it's already really good, but is there something else,
Back to work! Back to work! Let's go, go! Movies don't finish themselves! Great.
The surf culture here in San Clemente and Lower Trestles especially, which is one of the best surf spots in North America, makes this a truly amazing place to work. I surf every day. It's been just a wonderful way to refocus myself and and that was my boss, Jason. Anyway, it's a blast, and my coworkers are great too.
Music is very foundational in the Barnyard, and it's not a musical per se to where someone's standing there and they're sad and they go, I'm sad, so no one's really singing about stuff. But I did want there to be the animals playing music and performing. So the music that's in the Barnyard is primarily performances. Here we go again, come grab your friend, shake 'em up, shake 'em down, try to get a good blend. Here we go, don't sit down, here we go. The North Mississippi All-Stars are awesome. We needed an iconic sound for the Barn Boys, which is the house band.
Barn Boys, hitting the hay, take one.
So I liked this idea that even though there's guest singers, like we have Biggie Cheese. Mr. Bombastic. The house band was like, well, that's going to be the vibe of what the Barnyard is musically. And the North Mississippi All-Stars fit great. I mean, they're country, but they're current and they're fun. So it was a real natural choice.
Well, the Barn Boys, like I said, we're the house band at the big party in the barn. And the first song, Hitting the Hay, is like kind of a combination of like country hillbilly with like a techno dance beat, and that's right up our alley. We go hitting the hay, we go hitting the hay, we go rumble storm all night and day. We go hitting the hay, we go hitting the hay, it's just a pumping party vibe, just to show you how hardcore these barnyard animals are when it comes to late night partying. Another Barn Boy song is Mud, which is a song Cody wrote. It's on our second record.
You know, the song was originally written, it was called Mississippi Mud. I rewrote it from a cow's perspective for this film.
Chris grew up playing in church, gospel, playing bass and singing. And Cody and I, of course, grew up rocking out, playing rock and roll and all types of music growing up. So we just kind of combined all those three things, like the Mississippi Hill Country blues, the kind of psychedelic Southern rock and roll, and the gospel. And that's kind of our very quirky little sound that we've come up with. It seems like there's a charm to the North Mississippi All-Stars. We have, like, you know, parents and the kids, you know, like lots of times at our concerts, you know, there'll be 2 generations of a family there, and I just think that's great because we're kind of old-fashioned in a way, and the parents can get into it, and we're modern also, so the kids get into it. When you're young, music means a lot to you. It gives you an intense feeling, you know, that you have to maintain growing up, you know, as a musician. But I remember what it's like, and music means a lot to you when you're a kid. We have our studio at home that we built with our father is in a converted barn. So we made all of our records working in this barn. We call it the Zebra Ranch. The studio is called the Barn. He's like, we play music in a barn. We're from Mississippi. We're the Barn Boys. We're what they want. This is why we're here.
Working in Los Angeles is pretty incredible for me because they keep the latest hours. It's like, you know, they work so hard. And it's good for us because we're used to, you know, getting started about 10 o'clock at night, you know, on shows. You know, we go till 2 or 3 in the morning all the time. But like, just to have meetings with Steve Oedekerk that start at like 11 p.m., you know, is pretty incredible to, you know, a person of his, you know, like, that's done what he's done and been that successful. You'd think they'd kind of take it easy, right? But man, it's not that way. Obviously, the hard work pays off, you know, and I've learned that for sure, you know, is that we're in here 12 hours a day just cranking these tunes out, and it feels good.
Working on a film is, I can draw inspiration from something other than just my life experiences or whatever. I can write, like I said, from a cow's perspective or whatever. You know what I mean? It stretches, definitely, it stretches me as an artist as far as having to deliver.
It's been challenging, this project, you know, to soak up the different styles and, you know, make it our thing too. Try to, you know, interpret the songs and put our own, like, twist and signature sound on it. And I think it worked.
Chicken farm! Oh, I get it. We get your tree of rock, but you get the chicken farm.
Hi, I'm Kevin James, famous movie star.
Mr. James!
There you go, stay in school.
Thank you.
I'm playing Otis in the movie Barnyard. I'll be playing a cow. That's right. In order to be the best cow I can be, I need to study with the pros. First of all, what exactly is a cud? Cud. It's fun to say, isn't it? Cud! What are the chances of scoring some bottled water? Because I'm not good with this. Okay? Because you got some floaties in there I'm not crazy about. What's the deal bathroom-wise? I'm not saying now, but within 30 minutes, something's gonna happen. You here, buddy? You here? Huh? about this cow tipping. Look, you're big. They're not gonna go for you. They're gonna go for me because I'm the smaller one, aren't I? Are they gonna go? Is this a serious thing? Oh, dude, come on. You're killing me, seriously. You gotta stop that. I got a good feeling about this one, but I don't want to push it, you know, because you get too pushy and then all of a sudden they don't like you and they just get turned off to the whole situation. Been tipped. Oh, you got me. Little help. Little help. Listen, Ashley, I am not very proud of myself at this moment, okay? I am not. Look, I'm not proud, okay?
You're gonna find your way. Everybody needs to find their own way in this world, in this world, oh, in this world. Someday you're gonna know which way you got to go, but for now it's time to party. Someday you're gonna know which way you got to go, but for now it's party, party. Someday you're gonna know which way you got to go, but for now it's party, party.
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful day. Well, time to go to work. Oh, man,
Well, back on the farm where I was born, the barnyard where I was grown, down in the country, out in the sticks, jumping in the mud, how I get my kicks. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me. Well, I don't know if I can smell you, can't fake the funk, man. Watch what I tell you. Anything goes at a time like this. I told you now what I'm talking about. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me. Down on the farm when the sun gets hot, do the best we can with what we got. When a storm comes, rain's gonna fall, swimming in the flood, sun, having a ball. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me. I'm in the mud and the mud's in me.
Well, down on the farm where they all ask for you. Down on the farm where they all ask for you. The ducks ask the chickens ask. They all ask for you. Woo! Follow me. Well, they all ask for you. They all ask for you. Down on the farm. They all ask for you.
Oh, Otis, you're okay.
Of course he's all right. He just ran those coyotes off.
Sweet! That's my pal there. Oh, Daisy said there were like 10 of them.
Wait a second. You ran those coyotes off all by yourself?
Come on, Otis. Tell her.
Yeah, that's just a bunch of coyotes. What's the big deal, you know? Look, I'm tired. I'm gonna go get some sleep.
Yo, Otis, you want me on watch? I'll help out. I'm good like that.
No, it'll be fine. They won't be back again tonight, so... I mean, back again. I'll see you guys later.
There he goes. That's my main guy right there. Go, Otis. Go, Otis. It's your birthday. Go, Otis. You the bamba. You the boy. You the Otis. You the do it. You do it. Do it right.
I heard you kick some tail out there tonight.
Oh, Miles, yeah, that's what they say.
You're just like him, you know.
No, Miles, I'm nothing like him, okay? Trust me.
Yeah, Ben and me were best friends, long as I can remember. There was a time when he was just like you, maybe even dumber. Never said what he was feeling, kept it all bunched up inside. And things have a way of changing, though. Ben's heart took over. That's why he kept his place in line. You got that same heart, Otis.
You know, Miles, I appreciate that, but in this case, you really don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe you'll find it, maybe you won't. But I'll give you a hint. It's right underneath all that self-indulgent crap. Might have lost him with that last part.
Twink, stay in line now. Twink, we don't want to lose you. Oh, I think that would be just fine.
Thanks, Twink. That was nice. Come on, we should all be getting back. You know, I mean, after I get you guys! Here I come! Here I come!
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Bang! Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Grade A leather, baby.
Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful day. Well, time to go to work.
Okay, Freddy, right there, right there. I got a crick in my giblets. That's perfect. Do you smell barbecue sauce?
Beg your pardon?
You can't feel that, dude? I feel it. I'm not even you.
What are you guys laughing at? Hey, come on. Where are we going?
You see, it's just that it's in my nature. I'm a ferret. I eat chickens. I mean, I don't want to eat chickens. Well, I do, but that's not the point. I mean, my best friend's a rooster, for Pete's sake. A beautiful, free-range Rhode Island red. Ooh, do you have any idea of the guilt? It's unbearable. Can you help me, Dr. Philly?
Oh, I understand your problem, but what is it you're asking me exactly?
Hello? I want to eat my best friend? What am I asking? Oh, I don't know, maybe how do I not do that eating him thing?
Okay, all right, Freddy, let's do this now. Let's go back. Have you always felt this way?
Yeah.
Does he know how you feel?
No, crazy me. I thought it might strain the relationship. Hey, Peck, old buddy, I have an idea. Tomorrow, instead of hanging out, I'll overpower and consume you. It'll be great. What's better than you? You Cacciatore.
Well, son, you've got yourself a decision to make here. You're going to have to choose between a good friend who's a meaningful and important part, now, an important part, you said it, of your life, okay? Okay, now? Or chowing down on a tasty midday snack. Now, how do you feel? How do you feel about this?
I want him as a friend, but he's so yummy.
Look, this is serious. I have a client who's a guppy, ate his own young, and he regrets that decision every day of his life. Now, you're going to have to learn to control yourself.
Is there anything you can do?
I can do this. You sit up now.
What's that for?
Trust me, it helps. Now get.
Poor boy, growing up too fast, my childhood fading into past. Sand drips down the hourglass. I know, at least I think I know. Oh, everybody needs to find their own way in this world. In this world. Well, someday you're gonna know which way you got to go, but you gotta stop the party. Someday you're gonna know which way you got to go, but you gotta stop the party. Someday you're gonna know which way you got to go, but you gotta stop the party. Party.
Okay, so we're doing the deleted scenes now. This is the commentary for the deleted scenes, and we're excited about it, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Backwards hat, Otis.
So this was the full version of Down on the Farm. We used this portions in the movie until there. We decided to go out. We went out on his rear,
if you will.
But that's why. So this is unlit. This would be Dimitri textured but unlit, right?
That's right. Never got to her.
And TJ, your sequence, correct?
Yeah, this was a really fun sequence to work on and to act out visually.
And when you're directing, you take a ton of heat when things get cut out because people are like, hey, dude, we heard you cut that. Did you really cut that?
Yeah, I can't dance walk.
Well, it's interesting. The event still takes place in the film. It's just these parts of it aren't.
It's like we cut away from this particular scene and came back later on in the movie.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. And then Phil, remember that was a big deal. We were trying to decide what would be the best backdrop, that whole psych that drops down. It was going to unravel down, but ultimately it just came in the very end.
Yes, and we had to pull teeth just to get that in there.
And that song's available on the CD, Barnyard soundtrack, Kevin James. Okay, so now I sort of hated seeing this go.
Poignant moment.
Well, it was a neat twist that we had where right after Otis had chased off the coyotes or they threatened him and beat him down, his friends all took it as him chasing them off.
If you watch, one of the eyes is kind of messed up in this sequence or disappeared.
What's the big deal, yeah?
I like that shot.
Pig's got some problems too.
Yeah, Pig's got some problems.
So in this version, he had to sort of carry with him that they all thought he was a hero when he had backed down.
Little turning point for Mr. Otis.
Yeah, and Don Herrera did a nice job, but it's not in the movie, is it? Oh, sorry.
Deleted scene.
Go Otis, it's your birthday.
Look at Freddy.
And Daisy's eyes started to bleed. This is a really sweet scene between Miles and Otis. They were only drawn at this stage. This didn't actually make production. But it was very debatable as to whether I was going to pull this, actually. It really came down to a lot of the information is a little on the nose, so I decided to yank it. But when we screened, the sequence played really nice.
Good Miles star scene.
Yeah. No, he did a great. Danny Glover did a great job with this. His part here. It's tough. You gotta make this call. What's that?
Why was it cut?
Well, in animation, you gotta make so many decisions early. In live action, you could wait until you've shot it and take it through editorial. But there's so much money attached to every minute of production that you're trying to do most of your cuts before they go to CG animation. So we screened something probably 40 minutes longer, 25.
It was 3.5 hours long.
Probably 25 to 30 minutes longer was our first screening than the final movie. And this was one of the sequences where I was completely on the fence.
Very pivotal.
I think the only reason this sequence left were two different reasons. One was it was a full scene length, and when it was cut down, the movie just seemed to flow better, I thought. But also, I personally thought the song was a little too sickeningly sweet, and I don't know your guys' take on that.
That's quite an opinion.
I thought the same thing.
Sweet.
After hearing it a trillion times.
There was a little bit of a Sesame Street kind of thing going on.
But I'll tell you, some people were mad at me when I was cutting the sequence. A lot of the people in the studio were upset because they liked it so much. Yeah. And the pre-animation. We had this big problem with eyes for a while. Remember when
one decided to remove them?
Yeah, one was always red, or one was always black, or
it looked like it had lightning in it at one point.
Yeah.
The way we had the animator singing this song quite a bit
over and over.
I've actually had people that have seen.
I missed that though. That was Boyle.
That was cool.
Derp, derp, derp. He was great, and that was his one moment to shine.
Yeah, you can barely see him when he's in the film now. No one looks at him.
Boyle. There's another one coming up right here. He gets scared and he gets excited and he runs off after Otis does the.
I believe, Mr. Oedekerk, were you the voice of Boyle?
Yes, I was the voice of Boyle. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you. See, a little trouble. Derp. Okay, so en route to what became hill surfing, as everybody in the production knows, I was always struggling with the opening of the movie, and I wanted something fun and funny and dynamic and a great way to meet the characters, which ultimately was hill surfing, but this was one of the many, many cracks that was taken.
Did you say crack?
I did.
Because it'll play. It's a
precognizant moment.
as things play
There's
out.
even a mocap version of me doing the grade A leather.
Yeah, and I miss him saying the grade 11 thing was neat.
Online.
We actually animated all this as well.
Oh, you're right. This did get the. I
Yeah.
think
This was-
I think it was hard to watch when it popped back and forth. So he throws the bottle and
good shot.
And landed in there lightly.
It nestled. Landed in there lightly.
Nestled.
It
Nestled's
was
a better
nestling.
word.
A
Nestled.
You can't feel that, dude? I feel it. I'm not even you.
What are you guys laughing at? Hey, come on. Where are we going?
Okay, so this, if someone had told me this sequence would have been cut at the top of the
beginning.
movie, I would have said absolutely impossible.
Because this existed with our original promo.
In our
Barnyard
demo.
Years ago.
And everybody always
strong.
loved it. It was a very much Freddy focus. I love Freddy. And Cam Clark does an amazing job as Freddy. And so we couldn't find a place for it. I kept switching around the cut and trying to find different places to put it. And it just, every time we took it out, the movie played smoother.
And obviously,
even though it got laughed.
So sets Freddy's character up. Obviously, I thought I did a pretty decent job planting the seeds without this scene, but this really nicely spelled it out.
Well, yeah, and because of this, I had to scale back Freddy and Peck's dynamic, first version of the script, which was probably too long, but it had a much better through line of him wanting to eat his best friend. And this is my favorite little part. Is thinking
There's
back.
love with the the
So he
eating.
kind of always wanted to eat him, even when they were kids.
We'd even had those modeled at one point too, didn't we?
Oh yeah, the little guys, yeah.
Yep, they were modeled.
They ended up looking a little weird.
Sergey did the boards for this.
That's right, Jeff Sergey.
And I purposely left the longer version on the deleted scenes, even though we had a tighter version I thought worked better, but I thought, well, we might as well roll the whole thing.
You're going to have to choose between a good friend who's a meaningful and important part, now, an important part, you said it, of your life, okay? Okay now? Or chowing down on a tasty midday snack. Now, how do you feel? How do you feel about this?
I want him as a friend, but he...
Literally elements of this, Steve. What? The original demo for Barnyard 10 years ago, 8 years ago, something like
Probably
that.
Is it that long, really?
5?
No, but it's probably 7.
7. 4? 7.5?
I don't know.
I would say it was 7.
Now, you're going to have to learn to control yourself.
Is there anything you can do?
I can do this. You sit up now.
What's that for?
Trust me, it helps. Now get.
The original opening of the movie was this sequence done with music provided by David Bearwald, the song he wrote, and the Stomp, the guys from Stomp did the percussion. And that's on this DVD as a special feature. It's a very cool piece. And then this was the middle version with a slowed down, more emotional version of the same song. And after all that blah-de-blah-de-blah, I loved this, and I hated to see it go. So someone asked, why did it go?
I think this is the precursor to Otis going to the grave. Right?
Yeah.
This is the whole lead up to.
Yeah, and I loved it.
that.
There was going to be we never got to see it fully functional in CG, where there was a lighting shift and it got sort of broke the fourth wall and got a little CG-ish. But this was the only version we ever screened, and every time the audience, it was like a break.
Yeah.
It was like that they'd shift in their seats. Some people would get up and go to the bathroom really quick, and it was like it seemed like there was little enough movie going on that they could. Oh, here I could leave now, and so I ultimately pulled it, but it was just really really sweet.
Hi, I'm Kevin James. I'm playing Otis the cow in the movie Barnyard.
I got some sweet legs! Give me some sweet legs!
In order to be the best cow I can be, I need to study with the pros.
I am the cow. I'm becoming a cow.
You got any sunblock? You guys ever say anything besides moo? What's the deal bathroom-wise? Oh, dude, come on.
Barnyard, the original party animals. In theaters August 4th, rated PG.
You want some? You don't do that. I understand. Hi, I'm Kevin James. I'm playing Otis the cow in the movie Barnyard.
I got some sweet legs! Give me some sweet legs!
In order to be the best cow I can be, I need to study with the pros. Oh, yeah. Shake it up, cows. I am the cow.
Oh.
Don't look at me like that, please. Look, I'm not proud. Oh, you're crazy, man. What's up with the cow tipping?
Tipping!
Barnyard, the original party animals. In theaters August 4th, rated PG.
Oh, you got me. Wild Mike, Wild Mike.
In the brand new movie Barnyard, there's a thing called Wild Mike. He's a fuzzy ball with legs and feet and dancing. If you want to figure out what is this Wild Mike, you can go to nick.com. That's nick.com/barnyard. Download wallpapers and e-cards exclusively from Barnyard. Don't forget the games. That's nick.com/barnyard. Icons, screensavers, and music. Just make sure that you click onto nick.com. That's nick.com.
Click on nick.com/barnyard, then check out the movie Barnyard in theaters August 4th, rated PG.
Pull it forward, come on.
Dad? Sorry, sir. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah! Gotcha!
For more of Otis's pranks, check out Barnyard, the original party animals. In theaters August 4th, rated PG.
Whoa.
Whoa! Yeah! Gotcha!
For more of Otis's pranks, check out Barnyard, the original party animals.
Milk me!
In theaters August 4th, rated PG.
Animal Control Hotline, how can we help you?
Secret tapes revealed from the Animal Control Hotline.
This is Nora Beatty. I think the cow next door has been harassing the mailman. And I'm pretty sure he plays golf when no one is looking.
That's what I'm talking about, sweet mama!
Ma'am, did you...
And now I think a cow is driving my car.
Ma'am? Hello?
Barnyard, the original party animals in theaters August 4th, rated PG.
Animal Control Hotline, how can we help you?
Secret tapes revealed from the Animal Control Hotline.
This is Nora Beatty. I think the animals next door are having a party.
Party? What are you talking about?
I hear loud music. And dancing hooves.
Sweet legs! I got the sweet legs!
And if you're not gonna do anything about it, then I am.
Milk me!
Barnyard, the original party animals in theaters August 4th, rated PG. In 3 days.
Let's hit it.
Cows will roll. Barnyard, the original party animals. Coming August 4th, rated PG. In 2 days.
I'd go with the wood on this one.
Cows will golf.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, sweet mama!
Barnyard, the original party animals. Coming August 4th, rated PG. Tomorrow, pigs will fly.
No one scream tree!
Barnyard, the original party animals. In theaters tomorrow, rated PG.
First matter at hand, this is coyote season.
Good evening, ladies.
What's the big deal? They're coyotes.
On August 4th,
Otis, they took Maddie.
one cow learns the value of good friends.
Those coyotes are strong. I was just wondering what a stronger man might do.
I believe in you.
Good deeds.
Otis.
Odie!
Remember me? And a good party.
Sweet legs! I got the sweet legs!
Barnyard, the original party animals. In theaters August 4th, rated PG.
All clear! Think you know what animals do when we're not looking? Don't bet the farm on it. Moo? Rule number 1, no swimming in the pond. Rule number 2, no watching television.
And number 3, standing on 2 legs is strictly prohibited.
Barnyard, rated PG.
There is a cow outside.
There's a cow farm. You're gonna find cows outside. The following is a public service announcement
What are you talking about?
for animals. Please remember, don't let the humans see how you really walk. Don't let them hear.
Here we go.
How you really talk. Move.
You ordered a lot of pizzas.
And stop freaking out the pizza guy. Barnyard.
Dude, I got an arm!
Rated PG.
Rated everyone 10 and up.
It's party time!
Fast-moving adventure and a wide-open world to explore with all your favorite Barnyard characters from the movie. Catch some air, play pranks on humans, compete in 100% pure pasteurized fun, and be the biggest party animal of them all. Barnyard, the video game, available now.